Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Who We You'd, an unofficial Doctor Who watch along podcast. My name is Ben, and I'm here with my co host Cam. Today, we are talking about Delta and the Bannermen, the third serial of season 24. But before we get into the episode, how you doing today, Cam?
I'm doing good, not great, but good. What to say? Usually I try to think of things to say before going on the podcast. Like, oh, I can say this story, or that story. I'm doing good. My Steam controller arrived.
What do you think?
I said that I haven't really played with it that much. I think it feels really weird in the hands just because it's offset like a PlayStation, um, but also it's like so top heavy.
Hmm.
So, like, at least with the PlayStation, it's bottom, like, the sticks out the bottom, so, like, it just feels weird, like, everything is at the top, so the trackpads can be at the bottom, but it feels nice in the hands. It's all the buttons feel big, which is always nice feeling as like, I definitely feel like this is a controller for somebody with bigger hands, which I do have, so that helps. I would
Hmm.
imagine somebody with smaller hands might not really enjoy the fit of it just because, like I said, it's so top heavy and it is so big that if you had like smaller hands, you might find it uncomfortable.
Does it work if you're not using the trackpads, or does it feel like you have this giant thing in the way?
Oh no, yeah, it totally works. It's just again, it just feels top heavy, which is something that just as somebody who uses mostly a PlayStation controller, I'm not used to, but I bet you if you continue playing with it with time, you would just get used to it. And again, it feels really nice in the hands. It just feels a little bit different from most controllers.
Are you gonna get a Steam machine to go along with
No,
it?
no, I have my Steam Deck. I probably will get the Steam Deck 2 whenever they make that. Because I really love my Steam Deck. I don't feel the need to, because one, it's not really too powerful enough that makes me want to buy it. Like, and it's also way too expensive for the money. Like, with the if it was at performance for like that $500 to $600 range, I would maybe splurge on it.
But for like $1,200?
Well, if I got it, I would get the cheap 1001, and like it's just not worth it. It's if I wanted to, it's not as powerful as a PS5, so I would just play my PS5 if I want to play on the couch, and then if I wanted to play more powerful demanding things on my PC, I would just play it on my PC. Um, and then for like indie games, I already have my Steam Deck, and I'm gonna rather play them on my Steam Deck just because of the portability aspect, as well as I can still dock that to my TV and play it now on my Steam controller. Yeah, so that's really been it for me, Ben. But I'm curious about you. I saw that you saw Supergirl. What did you think of Supergirl, Ben?
Uh, it was fine.
Yeah,
It's like it's a 6 out of 10, you know.
yeah.
I think Millie Alcock uh is a does a great job. But the actual plot and most of the other characters aren't that interesting.
I've seen a lot of reviews say like we've seen this before. It doesn't really do anything new.
Yeah, like I don't think it's a spoiler to say that the villain, who I'm sure you don't even know who the villain is. He's just like a guy. He's not like a super villain. He's just I'm a I'm a evil guy. Ugh. You know, just very generic. And it's very like a bootleg Guardians of the Galaxy kind
Yeah,
of.
which is so weird from the producer of the movie is the guy that made Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes. From the director of Cruella.
Yeah.
I was a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
And having it be this is the first project that James Gunn isn't like doing it all himself.
Mhm.
That's not a great sign.
I'm excited for Lanterns though. I'm hoping Lanterns is gonna be a good show.
Fingers crossed.
Because Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan, that's that's great casting right there. Perfect casting.
We already have people bitching about the suits though.
Like, I don't care. It's TV. That's why some of these people have to realize like it's TV and like our friend Matt is just like complaining because it's not like it's not going to be as much of a it's not going to be the science fiction lantern show. It's more going to be a gritty cop show.
It's not gonna be
And some
the
people,
space
no.
men in spandex. It's gonna be two guys fighting crime, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna solve a big case that's gonna be somewhere like down south or in the Midwest, and they're gonna solve some alien case that's more to get down to earth, which I can totally get down with. You know?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do about Clayface. You know the dilemma I'm in, where
Yeah.
I hate, or I should say, body horror really freaks me out, and
Hmm.
I don't like to be freaked out.
You haven't seen the Batman the Animated Series episodes that they're basing this off of, right?
No. The only ones
Um,
I've seen is like the 3 or 4 I've seen with you and Ryan.
yeah, you should. Those are good episodes. Like it's my thing about it, Ben,
And then
with you
it's
is that
I'm a
like it's
completionist. I
so,
need to see it all in a
but
really
it's
short order.
so like fantasy, right? It's not like it's like I don't think it's gonna be something like so grounded as
You
like,
don't think
oh
it's something
yeah,
that could happen to me someday?
like it's not gonna be like, oh yeah, he just lost his nose and the nose looks like completely like his nose just got ripped off. I think it's more gonna be like, wow, your nose got turned into clay. You're gonna be fine. Because it's
It's
just
like
turning
the
into
face
clay, which is such
melting
a,
stuff. I don't know.
but it's all into clay. It's nothing like it's not like his face is getting ripped off of his body, you know?
We'll see. I will not see it opening weekend, and I'll see what the reviews say. If
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know. If it's like 5 out of 10, not scary, I'll go see it for free. But
Yeah.
like, if it's like 8 out of 10, the scariest horror movie in years, I might not.
I don't think it's gonna be that. I think it's just gonna people, but again, I really have no idea what the reception is gonna be like. I could imagine a world that people are really high on it. I could also imagine a world that people are like, "Oh, this is another rough one for DC."
There is about an equal chance, I think.
Yeah, because that's the thing with the DC stuff is that now I'm kinda like, I don't know. Like, there's all these jokes online that's saying, like, maybe James Gunn just doesn't have good taste. Maybe that's just gonna be the big problem here because he loved The Flash so much that that writer and director is now doing Batman. Like,
Really?
okay. Yep.
I mean, the problem, I think Flash just didn't, despite all the delays, Flash did not have
Yeah,
enough time in the oven. That was its biggest
yeah.
problem.
But also, like, from I haven't even seen the movie. From what the clips I've seen, it seems like it's doing way too much. Trying to do Flashpoint, but also trying to do a multiverse thing and having the Keaton Batman in there. It should have just been like, we're doing a Flash movie and we're doing Flashpoint. But also, that's the whole problem with doing a Flash movie is that Flashpoint isn't something you do for your first Flash movie. You have to build up to Flashpoint because it's such a big thing for the character.
Big thing for the universe.
Yeah. But again, that's the whole thing also, it's like, I wouldn't do it for the universe because that's too big. You want it to be a Flash movie. But again, that's the problem with all these superhero movies that they all think about it all has to
Flash
do
is
with the
just too
universe.
OP.
But, like, all these movies are now all about the universe, and it's like, I don't care about the universe. Just tell a good story in this 2-hour-long movie.
Maybe you'll like Supergirl then, because it is very localized.
But then again, I don't want the same story that I've been told millions of times before.
Kojima liked it.
I did
Has
see that Kojima
Kojima ever
liked it.
steered you wrong?
Yeah, he has. I forget what movie he loved, and I was like, "Oh, Jesus, Kojima." But yeah, Ben, I think that's enough to Supergirl talk.
Let's talk. We can't put it off any longer. Let's talk about Delta and the Bannermen.
Camp.
Oh yes, this was broadcast November 2nd through the 16th of 1987 on BBC One. This was written by Malcolm Cole, who this is his only Doctor Who credit, aside
Mm,
from doing the novelization as well. And this was directed by Chris Clow, who previously did Terror of the Vervoids and The Ultimate Foe, and will do the next story, Dragonfire, and then The Happiness Patrol and Silver Nemesis next season. So a lot of kind of mixed stories. Although people like Happiness Patrol, I think.
yes,
Do you like
I do.
Happiness Patrol?
I've never seen it. That's gonna be a fresh one for me.
Cool. Yeah, this is the first three-parter ever. I mean, I
Mm,
guess if you account 2 doctors.
yeah. And was there no other three-potter?
There's been 1, 2, 4, 6, 8,
Yeah.
10, 12.
Yeah, I think this is the only one
I don't
so
think there's
far.
been 3. Anything to
No.
say
There's nothing
credits-wise?
really too much about the production stuff of it.
Well, then, Cam, what did you think of Delta and the Bannermen?
I've never saw this before, so I kinda knew going into it that this was gonna be campy, and my god, is it campy. It's Camp Central over here in Delta and the Bannerman land. I think that there's a world where I could if I had my own TARDIS, right? What I would love to do is get a DVD copy of this story and send it to my 8-year-old self and let him watch it because I think this would have been a great story to show an 8-year-old. Like, this is a great kids Doctor Who story. There's
Yeah.
no rough edges. It's really it is fun throughout. There's not really a big lulls here. It's consistently like things happening. It's just never really turns into anything that great. It's just a big campy fun time. I mean fun as in like just I'm not having fun, but the story itself is fun, if that makes sense.
I know exactly what you mean.
So I think this is definitely a kid's Doctor Who story. But as an adult, I don't think this is particularly bad, but I'm not really enthralled watching it. I'm just constantly saying, "This is fine. This is." It's. I'm happy that it's commits so much to the campiness of it all, but I kind of want something more out of my Doctor Who. What did you think of it, Ben?
Yeah, it's I thought some of the stuff, like with the nostalgia tours,
Yeah.
traveling through space and time, some of the stuff in like part one was all right. But when it devolves into like riding on the motorcycle around the fields and seeing the two Americans doing nothing at all. They don't do anything important the whole story. They're just there.
Oh god, no.
Uh I started to lose interest. Aside from Ray, none of the characters are really great. Uh Most of all Delta and all of the Bannermen. It's kind of a period piece, and I wonder how that would be for someone living in the 80s to see a glimpse of the 50s.
Well, that was in the range then of like you have things like Back to the Future and other products.
Yeah.
That the 80s was like how the 2010s was to the 80s where it was 30 years ago. Look at how nostalgic things were.
Yeah,
Remember
I
when
just don't
things were great?
personally relate to that piece as much, and I
Yeah.
wonder if that would add to the story if I'm like, "Oh, I remember the rock and roll 50s."
But it's not even that. It's also like because we don't remember the 80s, but we were fed a lot of 80s nostalgia and still are in that 80s nostalgia era. So it's just like it's just that cycle of nostalgia. At that time, it was the 50s, and now it's kind of both the 80s still and somewhat when the 90s and 2000s. There's still some things like this, like Spider-Man No Way Home is kind of nostalgia for the 2000s, but then like you still have something like Stranger Things going on, which is an 80s nostalgia. Well, now it just ended, but well, that didn't end too long ago.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. Tales from 85 or whatever it's called is still ongoing.
Uh, but you know what? Honestly, I think one of the biggest strengths of this episode is probably it being a three-potter.
Oh,
I think
yes.
that fourth pot probably would have made the story go from being, in my book, an okay, all right story to a story that I hate. But because it's in and out, I kind of just like, okay, it is what it is.
There's enough filler here for 3 parts. Like,
Yeah.
4 would be so dragged out.
Oh yeah.
So we have to count our blessings.
And I definitely agree with you. I think the first part is probably where it peaks just because you are interested in what's going on. But then when we find out actually what's going on here, it becomes kind of more boring because you're
Yeah,
kind of just like there's nothing really exciting happening. Which again, I think a child would find fun out just because of the tone of it all and the campiness of it. They would get a thrill out of that. I think that's probably why this story does have a fan base because they do like the tone, the campiness of it all. But then for somebody else, the camp and the tone kind of is repellent.
yeah. It's been a fairly consistent tone for this season, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has,
I mean,
and we'll talk
Paradise
about that
Towers
more
was like
next episode.
hinting, but it's very family friendly,
Yeah,
very camp, nothing too complicated.
yeah. It's it's Doctor Who going more to being a children's show than it was with the Eric Sayward
Yeah,
era.
100%. I say not complicated, but I feel like there is a lot of moving parts here because there's also like I said, there's the Americans that are here and doing nothing.
Yeah,
And then there's like the nostalgia tours. There's the satellite, and there's this weird beekeeper guy who I thought was like maybe a Time Lord because he was weird enough for that, but he's just a weird guy. And then the inn stuff
yeah.
happening. There's a lot of
But
components
at the
here.
end of the day, it's a simple story that the Bannerman just wants to get the survivor.
Yeah,
That's all it is at the end of the day.
and it's a tale of love of a
Yes.
guy who just says fuck it. I'm gonna eat this baby formula and turn into this alien species so I can leave on a spaceship with this woman and her green daughter, the woman I met last night.
Let's go.
True love. Yeah. It's so campy. I didn't find it
Yes.
as enjoyably campy as even the last two stories.
But yeah, I thought there was a word that you could have loved this story because it's kind of similar to a time war, not time war, time. What is it? The one that you love, Time Monster.
Yeah.
It's similar to Time Monster, where like Time Monster is very campy, and this is another one that's like it's very campy and silly. That if you're in the mood for that, this is perfect
Maybe?
for that.
Maybe I just wasn't in the mood this week.
It's just one of those stories that if you're not in the mood for, like they call it in Britain like pantomime, which isn't really a thing in America of pantomime entertainment, but supposedly this is very much fits into that category. But we can really say is that it's campy and silly and goofy and childlike. And especially with like all the 50s music and like you said, the two Americans, it's just all like it's nothing really like dark or twisted's going on there. It's just more like it's what I said earlier. It's a children's show.
Yes.
It's doesn't have anything too much for the dads watching at home to sink their teeth into. It's much more let's make a story for the kids. One of the ideas that they had, I don't know the full extent background to it, but they did uh, have a plan that like they were going to set up all these possible companions this season. And of course, episode, Ray was going to be one of those possible companions.
I buy it.
And thank God that didn't happen because Ray is very annoying this episode.
Really? I
Yes.
liked her. I thought she was nice.
Well, Ben, I got something for you because guess what?
What?
She is the companion for the Seventh Doctor in Big Finish.
Yay. I mean, I didn't love her that much, but like I thought she was fine. He has better chemistry with Ray than he does with Mel.
Yeah, well, that's also because he's actually with her in this story. Again, another story where Mel and the Doctor are just saying bye bye.
Yeah.
The most time they spend together this episode is kind of the beginning of the episode, and then they just split off. I don't know if Andrew Cotmel just told all the writers we can't have these two together. That like maybe they didn't like each other, but like they seem like they like each other. It just every story they have to split off.
I guess they need to have the A and B plot, and that's the best way to do it. But I don't know.
in other areas, it doesn't feel this jarring. It feels like this season, it really does feel like Mel and the Seventh Doctor do not spend any time together.
Yes.
I guess partly the problem is that there's no episode here that's like a based on the Siege story that they can spend a lot of time together.
No, a lot of running around.
Yeah.
I do feel that I've kind of crystallized to having an opinion on Mel now, like who she is.
Who is she, Ben?
She is
Who is Mel?
someone who's happy to be there. She's just kind of just kind of
Mel, wow, Bonnie Langford, ready for that check.
I don't know, she's just kind of a genuine person, kind, not too much deeper going on. And sometimes
Yeah.
that's okay.
And you know what? Maybe she's a little bit too easy to scream.
She screams. Oh, does she scream? I don't love her. I don't hate her.
Yeah.
She's fine. Whatever.
She can kind of carry a B plot, but not too much.
Yeah.
Like in the past 2 episodes, it's like when she's on screen, it's like I'm not like, oh, God damn it, Mel's on screen. It's like, okay, what's happening with Mel? Where they really want me to go is, oh, Mel's on screen. What's happening? Uh, you don't feel that way when Mel is on screen.
No. It's too bad. I'm
You're just like, okay,
hoping Ace will be a little bit better about that.
but you will see. Well, I know, and she
I know
is,
you
but
do.
yeah, we'll see for your opinion.
What about the doctor? I think he's good. I mean, I do still like him. Definitely quirky.
Yeah, I think Sylvester McCoy is very well cast as the Doctor. It's just that thing of I feel like season 24, maybe it's because it's the first season of this new Doctor, they really didn't find like what makes the seventh Doctor different. This story really much feels like this whole season feels very much like they're writing the seventh Doctor as the Doctor archetype. They're not giving him any quirks or personality, anything that's separating him from his others. It's very much is just the Doctor,
A little bit, maybe. I he's just still missing that secret ingredient.
which is like quite literally is a secret ingredient.
Quite literally.
Like, because like, that's the whole thing about this head doctor. He is mysterious, and he
Oh,
doesn't have
so
that
true.
mysteriousness. He's not mysterious in season 24. You kind of just know everything he's doing. He's kind of is like more Troughton-esque of just being a cosmic hobo, and is just trying to help people where he can instead of being like, okay, here's I'm playing my chess game. Like this seventh doctor isn't playing a chess game, but he's having fun. So Delta Ben, right? Delta and her little baby, right? I gotta say, right? Like it's just straight off the bat. You know what kind of it's like one of the things that really one of the things that really does show how campy the story is when this baby it's like this like creature baby and the pot one cliffhanger comes out. Mel screams, you're like, oh god, Mel, why are you screaming again? And she's screaming, and this little baby comes out. It's a pretty good like little effect, right? This little baby. Will you agree?
Sure, yeah. But very
But then
quickly,
very
it
quickly
becomes
afterwards,
a
it's just
human
a little
baby
baby.
with, green paint on her face.
And then, like, very quickly after that, it's like, wow, this baby, it's transforming very quickly into a child. And you just, I don't know. It's very dumb.
Very.
And it's very, like, childish that it's just like, okay, we're just speeding up this whole process. And, like, like, swear to God, who, Billy is the one that runs away with them, right?
Yeah, the one who
Billy,
Ray
she's
has a
gonna be
crush
as
on.
old as Billy is by the time that they get to wherever the hell they're going. Like,
So, would you say the first baby is the best special effect?
probably. Um, yeah, maybe.
What's the worst?
The first baby, like the second baby, when it's just a green painted baby, when it quickly changes into just being a baby. Because it's just like all of a sudden we cut back and just like it's just a baby now. You're like, what just happened?
Yeah. Other than that, though.
That's really bad, Ben. That took me out of the story. It made me
Fair
go,
enough.
whoa, whoa, what's happening here?
Fair enough. I like the first couple, or not the first couple minutes, but like the second couple of minutes where they go to like the uh port that they
Yeah,
depart on the nostalgia tour from.
yeah,
That's a good set, I feel.
yes, but it's just black set.
Yeah. It fits.
Yeah.
Cliffhangers? Ready
Give
to
us the cliffhangers, Ben, because I don't think we both got too much more to say
Yeah,
about Dalton the
nothing
Bannerman.
really.
We both were like, okay, it happened.
It happened. First one, the Doctor and Ray are caught by one of the, or I guess the mercenaries, not a bannerman, but one of the mercenaries. And he says, I don't just kill for money. It's also something I enjoy.
Dun dun dun. But
Which
also at the same
is,
time, the baby is being born.
sure.
And Mel's going, ah!
I feel like the script needed another pass. That's such a clumsy sentence. It's also something I enjoy. It should be like, I also kill for sport, or something snappier than
Yeah. I also do it for even just saying I also do it for enjoyment is is better than that.
or for
Or
fun.
pleasure. I do it for I
Pleasure
also
would have
do
been
it for
good.
pleasure.
Anything, but it's also
But pleasure
something I
sounds too
enjoy.
sexual. It's like, oh Jesus, is that what you how you find killing?
That'd give something interesting to happen. Um, and then 2, the Doctor attempts to leave the company of the Bannermen, and he says, "I'm going, release the prisoners," and for some reason, the Bannermen listen to him, and they do release the prisoners. And they start to walk away, and then they point their guns at him, and the Doctor says, "I think I may have gone a little too far."
It's such a weird cliffhanger. It's one of those cliffhangers where you're like, did they just say, "Oh shit, we didn't have a cliffhanger." Well, I guess that could work as the cliffhanger. Okay.
And which it's another silly cliffhanger where the next part is they don't shoot him, they just keep walking. Like,
Yeah.
one of the cliffhangers I hate where actually there was no danger at all, never mind.
Yeah.
Not even like an easily overcome obstacle, but we tricked you. There is no obstacle to overcome. I hate those
Mhm.
cliffhangers. So by technicality, the first one is the best,
Yes, I agree.
but it's not great.
No. How would we improve Dalton and the Bannerman, Ben?
That could be an interesting question.
It's definitely not a story that you would wanna add or remove a pot. It's
No,
kind of is it's kind of well suited for a three-potter.
we shouldn't take one of the parts of Paradise Towers and add it to this, because that was a topic of conversation. Like, would this have been better a three-parter?
But no, no, Ben. Like, if anything, like, there's a world that this could be better as a two-potter if we really just condensed, like, the first pot and then, like, the second and third pot of this into one
To
story.
be honest, yeah. You could cut out a lot of the, like, "Where's Billy? We gotta find Billy in
Yeah.
Delta, running around on the motorcycle." And that music that they just keep repeating over and over when they're
Yes.
on the motorcycle did not work.
Yeah, so I think I was wrong. You know, but the make us a two-potter. 'Cause as a two-potter, I think we both would be coming out and been like, yeah, it's not great, but it's a two-potter, it's over quickly, and it's a lot of fun, so you know what? It's okay." But that, extra third pot, we're both kinda like,
Yeah.
yeah, it didn't really do anything for
The
us."
second part should have been 10 minutes of Billy and Delta and 10
Yeah.
minutes of the Bannerman attack.
Yeah. And the doctor and Mel and company having to find them and, getting chased by the Bannermen.
Yeah.
There's a fun
You
story in
could
that.
have combined 2 and 3 together.
Yeah.
1, I would leave mostly intact, I feel.
Honestly, you know what I would've loved? They let everyone that was staying at that, like, hotel, they, like, they act they, take them away, right? Honestly, screw that. I want the Bannermen to arrive when they are there fully staffed with people, like, that would've been so much fun.
Yeah. This does have a pretty high kill count, actually,
Yeah.
because the bus chock full of people explodes.
Yes. For such a fun and, like we were saying, child-friendly story, it does have
Like,
a high kill
dozens
count,
of people die.
but also that's very Doctor Who.
including the like bus driver who I kind of liked.
Yeah.
He was a fun
R.I.P.
character. I feel like we needed a character like the radio DJ
Yeah.
from
No, just have him be the radio DJ. Just bring him back.
Traveling in Time coming back. So Cam, how would you rate Delta and the Bannermen?
It's a very hot story to rate because it's like I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I didn't really even like it that much, but I also wasn't like offended by Delta and the Bannerman. You know,
Yeah,
I can understand why somebody loves this story. I can understand why somebody would find this as like a warm blanket watch, especially if they have nostalgia for this Doctor Who. You know, if you saw this story when you were a child,
yeah.
but someone who doesn't have that nostalgia, I just think it's okay at the end of the day. So I'm gonna give it like a 6.
There's a part of me that would almost rather watch Time in the Ronnie again than this.
Really?
Like, I feel like Doctor Regeneration, Ronnie stuff is more interesting than the Bannermen.
Yeah, but, like, that those last, like, 3
I mean,
parts are
if this
awesome.
Bannerman was a four-parter, no
Yeah.
question, I would prefer Time in the Ronnie. Three-parter, I don't know. Again, doing this in release order week after week
Yeah.
after week, different opinion. Maybe I would like it. It would feel more cozy if I just
Yeah.
randomly put it on. I'm not gonna do it dirty. I'm gonna give it a 5.3.
Okay.
It's not worse than Time in the Ronnie, but it's not that much better.
No.
For an average rating of 5.65. And in the polls, this is one story that has fluctuated just a little bit. In 2023, it ranked 11th out of 12, right beneath Paradise Towers and right above Time in the Rani, which does appear to be consistent with our opinions. 2014, it was ranked 10. 2009, it was ranked 9. And in 1998, it was ranked 10th as well. So it's fluctuated a little bit. Recent years trending downward. But there was a moment where in 2009 where this is the best story of season 24.
That's crazy.
Because 2009 it was Bannerman 9, Dragonfire 10, Paradise Towers 11, Time in the Ronnie 12.
I wonder if the DVD came out around that time and or didn't come out, so people have more nostalgia for it
That
and then rewatch it.
is released 22nd of June 2009. So I don't know when this magazine came out, but it's possible
Yeah.
it like just came back on DVD.
Yeah, so people watch on DVD series, "Oh, this is as bad as I thought," and gave it a high rating, and then after a year or 2, or like 5 or 6, they were like, "Ah, yeah, nope, that wasn't really as good as I remembered."
Yeah,
But like I said, it has a fan base.
I believe it.
So yeah, in 2014, last time we did a full poll, which again we talked about in 2009, but 2014, yeah, this is 2014. So um, it ranked 217. So above it was the Monster Peloton, and then below it was For the Doomsday, which I think it kind of fits in that camp of like not the worst Doctor Who, but it's a bad Doctor Who story. I would probably I like this better than I would say For the Doomsday and the Monster Peloton.
Is Monster the first or
That's the second
second?
one.
That's the second one. Okay. That one was pretty bad.
Yeah. Which again,
That
we're talking about a six-potter versus a three-potter. I'd much rather pick a
yeah.
bad three-potter than a bad six-potter.
Well, that'll do it for today's episode. Tune in next week for the last story of season 24, Dragonfire.
Wow. We just started season 24, man. It's
I know.
crazy that's already over.
We're a quarter of the way through this Doctor now.
You know. And we might be wearing the same clothes, maybe we won't. Just look forward to that next week.
Yes, with departure and the introduction of Ace. So, see you
Wicked.
next week. Have a
Goodbye,
wonderful
everyone.
rest of your day.
Peace out.